it wasn't until I was actually in this environment that I became hyper aware of the fact that I stood out like a sore thumb.
Beat you.
Yo, dude. Do you remember the first time we met?
We first met in Loughborough when we like all met up.
Yeah, it was a Loughborough one. Yeah. Because I was thinking that was we had the boys with us there.
Yeah, and you casually brought out your MasterChef trophy. Remember that? I remember that.
It was definitely a management thing. I just walk around.
I'm not too sure. What are you doing all that with us? You know what I'm saying? Anyway, it got whipped out, and I remember that. That was probably the first time. You've been a big inspiration to a lot of disabled and black athletes coming up through the sport. How much does this motivate you in your career?
It's everything. Like for me, doing what I do isn't about me. It's about, you know, being able to empower like someone in a similar situation to me, someone, you know, who's come from my background, someone who's had a disability, whether it be long-term or whether they've had a life-changing experience that's made them disabled. But I just feel like my purpose in this was to be able to empower other people to realise their true potential and realise that whatever they're going through doesn't have to be the end for them and they can keep pushing. So I go out and do, you know, I do two sports, like I go and do TV shows, go ski jumping, which is bonkers, just to be like if I can throw myself down a ski slope, like you can, you know, go out and walk the dog, like, and it's just to, you know, encourage people to do that a little bit more, like, and just to push past what they think is their limit.
Yeah. Nice. Always about the big picture in it.
Bigger picture. Do you have any favourite interactions from meeting young black athletes who are starting out in sport?
When there was the youth and junior nationals, there was a girl who came up to me actually. She was like really excited to meet me, which I hadn't really experienced before, to be fair. But in that moment, I was like, oh, damn, like it does make a difference, like representing like an ethnic minority. It was nice, it was wholesome. It's nice, wholesome moment. What about you?
I've had quite a few, like, yeah, really nice interactions. I remember I was riding my bike through the area I grew up in, back home in Leeds in Chapeltown. And I saw like a group of people like with bikes, like looked like they had high-vis jackets on, like they were learning to ride.
Rolling.
So I thought I'd, you know, just pop in and see what they was doing. And like one of the girls got so excited and she said, "Oh my God, like I'm like getting on this bike because of you and like you're here."
Oh, that's so nice.
It was just so nice, just like to see that. That was kind of really, really sweet. And like one of those moments that I was just like, oh, this is why I do it.
Yeah.
But then also, honestly, like this sounds cringy, but like, moments with you, like, have literally been the best. Like, I'm going back to it. I'm going back to that night where he was saying, and he was literally just like, "Oh my God, I'm late with Kadeena Cox." And I was just like, "Rhianna, it's just me."
Pass that now, to confirm, but yeah.
But it's funny because now we're literally just like sisters, like. But like at that point, like, yeah, you thought I was some cool athlete.
Listen, I still think you are now, okay? Yeah, but I'm just not telling you, I'm not bigging you up.
And you know me better now, though. You're like, oh, she's not that cool.
Other people maybe, yeah, but TFA is not anymore. But yeah, no, I think it's nice, like, when you actually see and feel like that you have made a difference.
Yeah.
Cycling historically has a lack of representation from black, Asian and ethnic minorities. When you first started cycling, was this something you were aware of?
So I watched cycling in 2012, like you, like I was like, yo, this like velodrome stuff is sick. Like,
very cool, innit?
It wasn't until I was actually in this environment that I became hyper aware of the fact that I stood out like a sore thumb. There was just moments like, you know, like whether it's things down to like food, like hair, just culture, and like people like questioning you on like little things, and like then you feel like a type of way. Like that's when I'm kind of being like, like I'm like literally I'm different to everyone else. I didn't really realise until I was like in it.
Yeah.
And we can end there.